Would you accept this Airbnb booking if they wanted to come and record adult content at your place? Well, stay tuned, because in this video, I'm going to be sharing this shocking story along with 6 other challenges I faced as an Airbnb host in Ghana. And please do stick around, because number 6 is a huge shocker. But these are not just everyday challenges. These are lessons that every single Airbnb host in Ghana should know. Did you know that Ghana is one of the fastest growing markets for Airbnb in West Africa? The demand for short-term rental has skyrocketed, especially in hotspots like Accra, Cape Coast, and also Aburi and the surrounding areas. Now, running an Airbnb in Ghana offers immense opportunities, but it's not without its challenges. Today, I'll take you through 6 surprising hurdles I've faced, the lessons they've taught me, and why, despite it all, it's still a worthwhile investment. If it's your first time here and you've been silently following my journey, then I appreciate you. I'm actually really grateful for the growth, the engagement, and the love that everybody's been giving to me. My mission is to guide you through the complex world of Ghanaian real estate. But before we dive into today's video, you know it's coming. Have you subscribed yet? If you haven't done so far already, please do hit that subscribe button. Also do hit on the notification bell just so that you'll be informed every time I release a new video, because you don't want to miss out on this good stuff. And if you find this video useful, do give it a thumbs up and do drop a comment. These little things will help this video go a long way. If you're done, let's get into it. Hi, I'm Lorraine, Wright, and welcome back to my channel and my Diaspora to Home series. Running an Airbnb in Ghana is a rewarding experience, but it comes with its own share of unique challenges. Today, I'm walking you through 6 of the most surprising challenges I've faced as a host and the lessons I've learned along the way. So let's get into it. Number 1, managing local payment expectations. One unique challenge in Ghana is the prevalence of mobile money, Momo as some people might know it as, and also cash. Ghana is a cash-based system. You know, cash is king. You have cash, you can get anything in Ghana, right? But the problem with this is that many local guests prefer these methods, but Airbnb doesn't support them. So when it comes to my approach, I personally only accept payments through Airbnb for security reasons. However, if you choose to accept alternative methods, you really want to make sure that all transactions are well documented to avoid disputes. The thing is, when people are booking and they are locals, many of them will ask, can I pay when I arrive? Or they'll ask, can I pay with Momo? But because I want to protect myself and make sure that I do have that insurance if something happens through the platform or through the people that come and stay at my property, I can always go back to Airbnb. But if you book offline and go with Momo or cash, you might not have that protection. Now, despite the fact that most locals like using these methods, if there are times when I believe based on their profile they've had, really good reviews, I might accept them. And what I would then do is actually charge them a little bit more and use some of the money as a deposit and let them know that some of their money is used as a deposit for the event of something happening. Number 2, utility issues and backup systems. Now, Ghana is known for its power outages. I mean, some people might know it as dumso or light off. It's also known for its water shortages, which all of this can be a nightmare for Airbnb hosts. I've had situations where my guests were left without electricity or running water, things that could have quickly ruined their experience, and this was very early on as an Airbnb host. Now, one thing I've learned along the way is the importance of having backup utilities. I've invested in backup generators, poly tanks for water storages, and sometimes even in some of my properties there's this rechargeable power plant that you can put in some of the rooms just in case the light goes off and the generator doesn't come on in time. Now, these are upfront costs that might seem a little high, but they do ensure that your guests have a seamless stay, even during these disruptions. I mean, when you have water only coming on from Ghana Water once per week, you've got to put in some backup plans in place. So be prepared for these situations, because honestly, having these backup utilities have saved me countless times. Additionally, I found that explaining these measures in my welcome guides reassure guests and builds the level of trust. Now, if you're finding these insights helpful so far, please guys, just give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more real world Airbnb hosting tips. Number 3, property maintenance and wear and tear. Now, I've had experiences where I have forks that seem to have legs for some reason because the forks and cutlery that I put in place end up just disappearing. Or one of the most replaced thing in one of my properties is bedside lamps. Now, managing the Airbnb remotely comes with its own set of challenges, especially when it comes to property maintenance and replacing things. These are the most common things I face, especially around wear and tear. For example, guests accidentally scratching the walls with their luggage. And you've got curtains or furniture getting damaged over time. So it's really important for you to build a reliable local team of handymen and cleaners. Regular maintenance checks can help to catch and also resolve small issues before they actually become major problems. Your property will thank you for the extra care. I've also recommended setting aside a portion of your profits for ongoing repair and upgrades. It's really important you do that. It's an investment in your business, but also ensures that your property stays in top condition for future guests. Now, over time, I've realized that proactive maintenance leads to good reviews and also repeat bookings. Now, if you have any surprising challenges that you face as a host, please drop them in the comments below. I want to see what everybody's facing out there because I know I'm not alone with some of these. Number 4, guests booking for unauthorized purposes. I've seen it all, from guests coming and smoking the you-know-what, but also guests coming and there's been people that have booked on behalf of other individuals. So somebody's used their Airbnb account to actually book on behalf of somebody else. So where that person isn't an actual one staying. For example, I once had somebody who was going to book a peaceful holiday, only to find out that it was actually somebody coming to book a music video shoot with a full crew and the equipment. Can you imagine? So one thing I always encourage is that always verify guest identity. And also just ask them some questions beforehand. What's your reason for staying, etc. And then check out some of their previous reviews as well. But also do well to clarify house rules before confirming the booking. Miscommunication can lead to unnecessary headaches, so being really clear up front saves a lot of stress. Guys, if you haven't done so far already, please do remember to hit that notification bell so that you can be notified of when I post more valuable content just like this one. And stay tuned right to the end because I have a very special gift only for those people that stay to the end. Number 5. Handling guest feedback and expectations. On Airbnb in Ghana, you're expected to have guests from all across the world, and every single person has their own different expectation. Some assume 24/7 air conditioning, some assume uninterrupted water supply. But as I've explained earlier on, sometimes this is not always feasible in Ghana, and these situations can lead to frustrations if they're not addressed proactively. So being really upfront in your listing about the local realities and amenities provided is really important. Transparency goes a long way in setting expectations. Of course, we're going to do our best. But guys, fuel prices in Ghana is not cheap. I have a backup power generator and just filling up 1 gallon is 800 Ghana cedis, if not more. Think about it. If, for example, I come to you and ask you for contribution towards the fuel, or if I charge you a high price for the room, for example, you want to bear in mind that it's considering all of these costs as well. But this is the reality of things that we also need to factor in. Create a comprehensive welcome guide that explains how things work in Ghana, from using generators to understanding local payment methods. Stay available and responsive to your guest inquiries as well. And a quick response can turn a potential complaint into a positive experience. Over time, I found that it's these small steps that make guests feel valued, but also gives you better reviews as well. Number 6, unauthorized activities. Now, if you remember the question I asked right at the beginning, one of the most surprising issues I've seen as an Airbnb host in Ghana is unauthorized activities. Let me give you a shocking example. My best friend Viviana, who has an Airbnb down the road from me, received this inquiry from a guest who wanted to use their property to film adult content. Yes, you heard right. I mean, at least they were honest, right? But imagine the shock of receiving a message that made it really clear that they weren't coming to relax or explore Ghana. They had other intentions. Let me know in the comments if you would have accepted this booking. Now, this is why having clear rules is crucial. I've learned to screen guests very carefully, ask the right questions, and also ensure they have understood that certain activities are strictly prohibited. Another issue, parties. I mean, some guests think that they can rent out a property and throw huge parties without permission. This can lead to noise complaints from neighbours or even property damage. Now, to mitigate this, I've just added strict rules about parties, loud music, and the number of guests allowed. Additionally, I always communicate with neighbours to ensure that they know that the property is a short-term rental, so they can let me if anything suspicious is happening. Now, this extra communication has helped me to create a very supportive network. Why I think hosting in Ghana is still worth it. Now, despite all the challenges, hosting an Airbnb in Ghana remains an incredible, rewarding venture. Here's why. Number 1, rising demand for short-term rentals. Ghana has seen a steady increase in Airbnb bookings year after year, with a 41% increase, particularly in locations around Accra and also locations like Aburi. Now, this demand creates consistent opportunities for hosts. Number 2, strong revenue potential. With an average daily rate of around $75 in key areas, there's significant earning potentials, especially for well-maintained properties in desirable neighborhoods. Number 3, global appeal. A large proportion of bookings come from international travelers, including visitors from the US and the UK who often book for longer stays. Now, the diverse global pool of guests adds reliability to your income stream. Now, by staying proactive and addressing these common hosting challenges, look guys, I'm all about sharing my experience so you don't have to face these challenges. So leverage these strategies that I've shared because they can help you to turn these insights into a profitable and sustainable hosting experience. Despite these challenges, hosting Airbnbs in Ghana for me have actually been probably one of the most fulfilling and rewarding ventures for me. Now, if you stay to the end, I've got something very special for you. 50% of my guide, Mastering Airbnb in Ghana. Use the code Ghana50 at checkout to unlock actionable tips that will help you to maximize your rental income while avoiding common pitfalls. Grab it using the link in the description below. Drop a comment below. What's the most surprising thing that you've learned from this video? I'd love to hear from you, and I'll respond, of course, to every single question personally. If you haven't done so far already, please do give this video a thumbs up, subscribe for more tips, and also hit that notification bell so you're the first to know when I upload a new video. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks again for watching and supporting this journey. Honestly, your engagement means the world to me. See ya!